Welcome to Hungry to Travel. We're Chris and Steph, and we're in Tbilisi, Georgia.
Nestled between Eastern Europe and Western Asia in the Caucasus region, Georgia is a beautiful country with thousands of years of history, a language that dates back to the 5th century, and a people that have seen many changes of power throughout the years. Georgian cuisine is just as varied. Being located along the Silk Road, the locals incorporate a variety of spices into their dishes. These foods have evolved throughout centuries, leading to many different regions with their own specialties bursting with flavor and culture. With so much history to see and foods to try, we can't wait to feast our eyes and our taste buds on Tbilisi.
What's up, everyone? We're here in beautiful Tbilisi, Georgia, a gorgeous medieval city with over 1,000 years of history and a rich culture with deep roots in winemaking and amazing cuisine. We're excited to start off our food journey here trying one of the most famous and well-known dishes here in Georgia, the delicious and plump dumpling, khinkali. Our mouths are watering already. Come on.
Khinkali are a type of soup dumpling that look like twisted knobs of dough filled with meat and spices. Here at Zodiaco, they specialize in Georgian cuisine and do a few different types of khinkali that we're really excited to try. Let's go check it out.
So we've just sat down and ordered all of our khinkali. So we ordered 2 of the traditional khinkalis, which are the soup-filled dumplings, as well as a fried khinkali. I'm not quite sure if the fried one has any soup in it, but I guess we'll see. We've also looked around some of the other tables and saw that they're quite big, so I think there's gonna be a lot of food here. We also ordered an eggplant dish and a deep fried cheese dish as well, so a lot of food, but we're hungry. We also ordered a glass of wine each, and they just brought it, and it's pretty massive.
We had to make sure we got a glass of Georgian wine while we were here. We got a glass of the House Red, which, like Chris said, is massive and interestingly enough served cold. But we had to get some wine here because wine is actually huge here in Georgia. You see places selling wine all over. It's in all the grocery stores and convenience stores. And Georgia is actually said to be the birthplace of wine. There's evidence that suggests that the winemaking process here dates back about 8,000 years, which is crazy. So as far as winemaking is concerned, Georgia is pretty much home base, so we had to make sure we got a glass. That's good.
So our fried cheese and stuffed eggplant came. They look really, really good. And it looks like they garnished it with some pomegranate, which is pretty cool. So let's dig in. I'm gonna try the cheese first. So it looks like it's fried. It's pretty big, so each piece is pretty thick. Let's just get into that. Oh man, look how stringy that is. Woo. Alright, let's do this instead. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So it's definitely stringy, definitely melty. Oh man. It's like a mozzarella almost. So it's like a white mozzarella. That's really, really good. Really stringy. The batter isn't too thick either. Wow. That's really good fried cheese. It's a good appetizer to our main course of khinkali.
So we also got these stuffed eggplants or aubergines, and they are stuffed stuffed, excuse me, but kind of looks like wrapped around a walnut paste. Now, walnut paste and walnuts are really, really popular here in Georgia, so I think we're going to be seeing this in a lot of other dishes. And these are also topped with pomegranates as well, just like the fried cheese, so that's a delicious touch. It looks really good. I really like eggplant, so I'm excited to see what it's like with this walnut paste. Don't know how you're supposed to eat it, but I'm just gonna, feels like we're eating everything with our hands today, so let's just do it. So it's really light. Tastes like the eggplant is kind of like fried or something like that. Like it's cooked obviously first. The walnut paste is really interesting. It's smooth like a paste, but has a couple of pieces of walnut in there that make it kind of crunchy as well. That's a really, really interesting flavor. Almost I can't quite put my finger on it. That's really, really nice. It's a really interesting combination of textures, flavors, everything. It's really smooth and soft kind of tasting. It's really good. So these are actually served as a cold appetizer, so they're quite a nice complement to the piping hot khinkali.
So our khinkali came and they are actually massive. So we were right in seeing other people's. They look so big. They are some big dumplings. So they come in portions of 5. So the minimum order is 5 that you can order. So we got 5 of the beef, pork, and coriander, 5 of the pork and cumin, and 5 deep fried khinkali. So as you can see, it's so big. And they're filled with soup, and they have this big kind of knot at the top, which apparently you're not supposed to eat, and it's kind of like good etiquette to not eat them and leave them on your plate. So I'll try not to eat them. So the way you're supposed to eat these is turn them upside down and like bite a hole into it and kind of suck the soup out and then kind of eat the inside. So let's have at her. So yeah, they do have a lot of soup in them. That's tasty. As soon as I bite into it, I can taste kind of like the cumin, the juiciness of the soup. Has a really strong flavor. It's a bit salty, like a salty flavor, but it's just like the meat, soup of the meat. I'm gonna get a bite of the meat here. So you can see as the meat was being cooked in the dumpling, it's so juicy. It's dripping out right now. And you can see that there's onion in there. Yeah, the meat is really, really tasty. Wow, that's a good dumpling. And again, so big. You can hear the soup in there. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, this is a good dumpling. So you can see, when you get to the end of the dumpling, you're left with this big tail, they call it. And yeah, probably why they don't eat it is because it's like some of it is uncooked, it looks like. So it's just gonna be like uncooked dumpling dough. So that's probably why they leave it and they don't eat it. But some people probably do if they're not full and they just wanna eat it. So I'm not gonna do it, because yeah, it tastes like kind of uncooked dough. So we're gonna leave those on our plate.
Those look delicious. I can't wait to try. Wow, there's like piping hot, just about hot, cool enough to touch. Like Chris said, they're huge. We had read that they were the size of a baseball, and I was like, nah, I don't think so. Baseball, really? But they legit are massive. Look at this. Wow. Excuse me. There's way more soup in there than I thought. That's really good. Wow, they're really like spicy actually. This one has quite a kick to it. Wow, like Chris said, they're full of soup. Let me open it up for you here. Full of soup, full of meat. These are packed with flavor. The meat itself is really, really tender, so juicy with the soup in there. Salty. Looks like this one, I think this is the one with coriander, which has a bit of cilantro too, because depending where you are in the world, coriander, cilantro, same thing. So these are so tasty. Oh my gosh, way bigger than any dumpling I've ever had before. And actually really fun eating with your hands. They actually say that's like the proper etiquette, because if you ate it with anything else, like a fork or something like that, you're gonna stab it and lose all the juices. And that's where all the good stuff is. The juice and the soup is the most important part of the dumpling. So if you lose that, you've pretty much lost everything, you know? So, these are so good. So we also got these fried ones, which look really interesting. Smell, ooh, delicious. I kind of secretly, not so secretly, love fried things, so I think I'm gonna love this. And I'm interested to see if there's soup in it as well. So let's have at her. There is. At first when I bit in, because they're stuffed with meat, I thought, no, I don't think this one is that soupy. But these are packed with just as much soup. You can kind of see there's just soup just teetering on the edge there, waiting to come out. And these are jam packed. Oh gosh. With soup and meat. I was trying to show you the meat and I got soup all over myself. So you can see that these are jam-packed with meat as well. Almost more so to a certain degree. And these are, like, I love boiled or steamed dumplings. They're really, really nice. But this fried one, it's like the same type of, obviously, dough, but it's really, really light. It's not greasy or anything like that. It's quite dry. So as far as fried things go, this is really good, even compared to the traditional ones. It's a nice kind of change-ups or variety if you're gonna get a bunch of them, I think, to kind of get the fried ones to go with the regular boiled ones. Okay, clearly this is my first time and I need some practice eating these dumplings, so don't judge. So, looks like with the deep fried ones as well, the knob is a little bit kind of like raw and squishy and doesn't look like you're supposed to eat it either. So I'm gonna pop that there. Also, interestingly enough, I believe they say that you also leave the knob so that everyone can see how much you've eaten. So I guess it's good to make sure no one's greedy and eats all the khinkali. How many we got, Ramsey?
So these are really similar to like the Chinese like xiaolongbao or xilongbao in Cantonese, because they're soup dumplings. But the difference, I think, is that these kinkalis are actually boiled, whereas like the xilongbao, xiaolongbaos are actually steamed. So they put these in boiled water to cook them and to cook the meat, so all the juices in the soup can cook. So that's the difference. Taste-wise, they're really similar actually to like Chinese soup dumplings. So. And this soup is dripping all over me, so here I go. I gotta get to it before it starts dripping. With the Chinese soup dumplings, you're supposed to eat them similar to these kinkalis, where you're supposed to bite a hole in them, kind of suck the soup out, and then eat them whole. These are obviously too big to eat whole, but hey.
So the interesting thing about these soup dumplings is as you nibble and eat around, you think you've gotten all the soup, but because of all the little creases within them, as you go around, you discover more soup as you go. So it's actually kind of a fun little eating experience. And the Chinese soup dumplings are interesting because they're just the right size that you can fit them on a spoon and eat them and suck the soup out. And then if you lose any of the soup, you can fit it on the spoon catches it. But with these, I think you'd need a ladle for the size of these puppies.
Wow, those soup dumplings were amazing. Honestly, Overall, they were so good. I've had soup dumplings all my life being Chinese, and honestly, these rival the Xilongbao, Xiaolongbao Chinese soup dumplings because they're so big, so juicy. The deep fried king collies, usually with deep fried dumplings, they're dried out on the inside, so we were super surprised that the deep fried ones still had so much soup and were so juicy on the inside. So these were definitely so good. And every restaurant around Georgia, especially here in Tbilisi, sells kinkali, so we're definitely going to have to try these everywhere we go to eat and try all the different varieties that every restaurant has to offer.
Price-wise, the kinkali range from 1.3 to 1.5 Georgian lari each, which is about 50 cents Canadian, and you have to order a minimum of 5 kinkali per type. Overall, for 15 kinkali, the stuffed eggplants, the fried cheese, and 2 massive glasses of wine, it cost 48.5 Georgian lari, which is about $20 Canadian or $16 USD. If you enjoyed this video of our first taste of Georgian cuisine and kinkali, give us a like below, leave us a comment, we'd love to hear from you, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're hungry to travel. We'll see you next meal.